Hello, fun fans. James and Bailey here to make sure you have the information you need for an event that you do not want to miss.
Yep, and we're going to include everything in a link, all the info you need. But the weekend of August 4th through August 6th, 2023, former basketball star at Clemson, Wayne Buckingham, is having a huge fundraiser.
Wayne has a scholarship for Clemson students, and he also helps former athletes who have run into tough medical situations. But the cool thing about this fundraiser is not just that it's in Clemson, but that there will be dozens of former Clemson Tiger Star athletes and coaches attending for you to meet and hang out with.
Yeah, so for as little as $50, you can support a good cause, and you can rub your elbows with the likes of Levon Kirkland, Dale Davis, and Perry Tuttle.
That's right. All the information is on the website, so check it out. Get a ticket to the gala, enter a team in the golf tournament, become a sponsor, and hang out with the big cats.
And please feel free to reach out to either one of us with questions or if you need more information. And like we always say, go Tigers.
Go Tigers. All right. We're doing commercials now, B. What do you think?
That's right. We are.
That's some good stuff. Hey, hello again, and welcome to another episode of the Fun Fans Podcast. I'm your host, James Dillard, on site in Daytona for the national championships with the Clemson cheerleaders. Is my co-host, Bailey Jackson. How you doing, B?
I'm down here in Daytona Beach. Been a long day, but we made it.
Made it. Hey, so we're going to talk to Bailey about being on site down there and how the cheer squad's doing. We're going to update folks on Clemson baseball and softball. We're going to wrap up some NCAA championship during Bailey's basketball beat, and we're going to talk a little bit of golf. It's Masters Week. Hey, and we're going to give away some stuff, okay? But first, we need to point out that we are a proud part of the Fanboys Fangirls Sports Podcasting Network. If you're a true sports fan, the Fanboys Fangirls is perfect for you. Find various nationwide podcasts and other sports media at thefanboys.com and all over various social media outlets. The Fun Fans Podcast is the official podcast for Clemson fans. Scroll to the bottom of thefanboys.com and you can help support our troops. We love helping to support troops, and we're very proud to be a part of that. So scroll to the bottom of thefanboys.com and you can help us help troops. What else do we love, Bailey?
Well, we love Rubens, and I'm not going to read the ad again, but what I'm going to say is if you go by one of their two locations and you do not stop at Rubens for the best wings around, you have lost your mind. So you can go to Greer, 1083 Batesville Road, or 11028 Anderson Road in Piedmont, rubensc.com, all their menu items. It's just a great place to eat for all sports fans.
Hey, that's a pretty good ad. If you don't stop by there, you have just lost your mind. So yeah, you can't. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be pleased with that promo. So all right, B, tell us what's up down there in Florida.
Well, I cannot keep my phone charged for all the group me texts from the cheer parents, but we were able to make a little update. We made a video, and the teams got to see them last night. So Whit, my son, made one that was very creative, and it was pretty cool. So I think he's pretty popular with the cheer group now.
Oh, I'm sure he hates that. Yeah. Hey, well, in honor of, I got my Clemson Dad T-shirt on in honor of, well, mainly you because you're the Clemson Dad down there. But that's awesome. So when do they actually compete?
Tomorrow at 12:28, and then they will know after tomorrow what time they compete on Friday. So there's a lot of cheerleaders down here. There's a lot of tour buses. I mean, there are people from all over the country. So it's going to be neat. Right in the middle of Daytona at the band shell outside. So it'll be fun.
They compete outside?
Yes.
Oh, that's
right
wild.
On the beach.
Oh, we definitely need some footage, some good pictures. I went to look for some pictures. I found this one of them practicing. And I know they've been working hard. I hear all the stories from you guys, and you know, it's definitely a sport, very athletic, very intense.
If you don't know and you're watching this, it's just like any other sport. It is a time commitment.
Yep.
It is. They are super athletic. Their routine's great, And, hey, my daughter's been in concussion protocols many times as most football guys I know as a
Yeah.
result of cheerleading. So she's worked extremely hard, and so have the rest of the teams. And, look forward to seeing them compete.
Yep. And good luck to Katie and all of the cheerleaders. So, on to a little bit of Clemson baseball and softball. How about the big victory? It's a big win for the baseball team this year. 10-point
Yeah,
win over Coastal. That was yesterday,
yeah.
right?
Did you say 10 points? It's 10 runs.
10. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. They beat Coastal Carolina. I think Coastal's ranked 17th,
17.
maybe.
Yeah.
But you know, need to put some string it together on the weekends, and there's a big softball one again. Imagine that. But then
Yeah.
there's a big weekend in Clemson with Florida State coming to town for both baseball and softball. And honestly, you cannot get a softball ticket if you wanted one.
Yeah. And there have already been time changes. If you catch this podcast before the weekend, go check what's going on with the time changes. There's a doubleheader, I believe, now Thursday. It was scheduled to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And because of Easter, same reason we're having our midweek podcast here, and we'll be having another midweek podcast next week. I think they've already scheduled doubleheaders. I don't know if it's for both softball and baseball, but check
Probably
that
because
out.
it's supposed to be weather
Well,
coming in this weekend.
weather pending. So, yeah, another big victory for the softball team. They're continuing to do very, very well. All right. So, haven't been on here. It seems like it's only been a couple nights since UConn took the championship. This year's March Madness, the 2023 basketball champions of all, and it comes as no surprise to our own Coach Jackson. He was saying the whole time that they just seem to be did they just have what it took? Did they seem to be head and shoulders above everybody? Well, I mean, they beat everybody by double digits, even in the championship game.
Well, their average margin of victory in this tournament was like 18 and a half points a game. Sometimes you get hot at the right time, and they played well. And credit to them because they didn't play any close games. I mean, I can imagine, if most national champions have at least one close game that they have to get by. I can tell you in 2007, when I was lucky enough to coach a state championship team, the third round of the playoffs was the game where we played double overtime. And after that, the two games after that were double digit wins. But
Right.
that was the game that you had to get over the hump, but they didn't have that. So, Stephen A's already predicted they'll be back next year.
No transfer portal, not enough folks going to the pros or nothing, huh? They're just going to come right back next year.
Yeah, I will say this. It's the lowest watched game, NCAA championship game, since they started recording the number of viewers, which is odd, but because you think more people would watch it, but 14.69 million people watched it, but that's an all-time low since they started recording. So I thought that was interesting.
I wonder if that measures people tuning out because it's getting to be double digits. Everybody assumes UConn's going to just win like they've been winning, or did it have something to do with the higher seed? Making it. It was a 5 versus a 9 or whatever it was. I don't know.
Well,
Interesting.
I mean, it was a 5 and 4 seed, but
5 and 4. Yeah.
I just think, you look at the two schools that played. San Diego State does not have a national following, and it's been a while since UConn has been in this situation. So maybe that had something to do with this. Two teams, like I said Sunday, we just don't know a lot about them, and
Right.
And so people didn't watch. But it still was the most watched TV program this past Monday night.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, you know what probably would have gotten more people to watch? J-Do. MC,
Probably.
entertainer, entrepreneur, pep rallies, corporate events, game shows, fundraisers, galas, etc. Just put that man on the mic and let him liven up the party. Not only is J-Do a friend of mine, I've seen him work, and your organization will not be disappointed anytime you add J-Do to your function. You can find him at itsjdo.com and on all forms of social media at itsjdo. And like the promo said at the beginning, Bailey and I will be attending some galas coming up. The gala with Wayne Buckingham. Look for the link to be a part of that, rubbing some elbows, as we said in the video at the beginning of this podcast.
Yeah,
Everybody can be a
we
part of
hope
that.
to see everybody there.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason not to be there. So, speaking of tournament winners, it's time to officially announce and congratulate the winner of the first ever Fun Fans Podcast March Madness bracket. I like long names. Just we can just drag out the name.
I see that.
Yeah, name of stuff. So the first ever inaugural premiere, it's 3 different ways of saying first ever Fun Fans Podcast March Madness NCAA bracket challenge winner. And it was not Bailey's mom or my daughter. People may have thought it was rigged, but it was Joseph Toscano. So Joseph, congratulations. I'll be reaching out to you.
Joseph.
Appreciate your support and participation. Be reaching out to get your shipping address to get you your Fun Fan koozie and tumbler. So that was fun.
Yeah, and since we're on it, the tumblers are brought to you by Diamond Etch Products.
That's right.
I mean, laser diamond engraving products. Stuff looks awesome, high quality. It's going to last forever. And you can check out all their products at diamondetchproducts.com, or you can email Jalen at diamondetchproducts.com. Now, I know I skipped out of order a little bit, but I thought that was a great time to talk about the quality products for Diamond Etch Products.
Hey, it's never a bad time to talk about Diamond Etch Products. But there's something else that's going on this weekend. But before we get into the green jacket stuff, since it is Masters weekend, our golf teams are pretty good. We had a female golfer here, Annabelle Pancake.
That's
I'm
awesome.
assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is the ACC's Golfer of the Month. So congratulations, Lady Tiger Golfer. Golf clap. Bailey's doing his golf clap right now.
Yes.
Annabelle, for being the ACC Women's Golfer of the Month. So Masters Week. Now, Bailey, people don't know, and you're kind of a humble guy. I'm going to say that at least. My man Bailey here is pretty much a scratch golfer. That's what they call folks that are pretty good. You're not a scratch. But you're in my book, you're a pretty darn good golfer.
I play a lot of golf, and
you play a lot of golf. Well, in my opinion,
I have been better in the past, and I'm a single-digit handicap. Let's put it that way.
Okay, single-digit handicap. That's pretty good. And so, are there any thoughts heading into the Masters this year?
Well, first of all, this is the best golf tournament ever. The Masters. I'm looking forward to seeing the cheerleaders tomorrow, but then catching some Masters on television. And the funny thing is, the Masters, it's its own little thing. They can do whatever they want to do.
Yes, they can.
I mean, they can be on Sunday afternoon for 4 hours and you never see a commercial because they got one sponsor to pay for all the commercial spots, and they just mention it every now and then. Thank you, whoever. But they can also invite or not invite whoever they want to. So I thought it was interesting this week that Greg Norman, who is very controversial if you're not familiar with the LIV Golf Tour versus the PGA Golf Tour. Mm-hmm. He was a 3-time runner-up at Augusta. He's a multiple major champion, but he is also the CEO and commissioner of LIV Golf, and they decided not to invite him to take away from any distractions. Now, there are LIV golfers at the tournament.
Right.
Which
just not.
They cannot participate in PGA Tour events this year, but they can be invited to the Masters because, like I said, the Masters can do whatever they want to. So I thought that was interesting, and Norman's going on record as saying he'll never be invited back. And it is just a unique golf tournament, and it's unbelievable to watch on television.
Oh yeah, very, very cool. And this whole LIV thing is extremely interesting. If people have not kept up with that, whether you're a golf fan or not, it's actually the first split. You look at the history of sports and how the NFL and how the Super Bowl became Super Bowl and the conferences and this kind of thing, and all the shuffling around that college football is doing and talking about doing. The PGA Tour has been the PGA Tour what seems like forever, but not in the past year or so when this LIV thing showed up. So it's another example of money talks, I guess.
several. Well, yeah, that's the main reason. But several PGA Tour golfers jumped ship to make more money. But now they're suing the PGA Tour for antitrust being a monopoly, basically dictating what they can and cannot do and how they can make their money. And I'm looking for a picture right now of a very, um, to my area, very popular golfer who's on the Live Golf Tour and was a PGA Tour player, Harold Varner III. He's from Gastonia, and I'm trying to find the photo that I have of him because my aunt was actually his algebra teacher in high school, and
All right. It's all for
I
X.
got to hang out with him at a tournament one time that the golf team was playing in that he sponsored, and I know I have a picture, and I'm going to keep looking for it while we're talking.
All
You
right.
keep
Well,
talking.
I tell you what, we're gonna move on to our giveaway. So we're giving away the tumbler and the koozie for the winner of the bracket, but we're going to do our normal drawing. And remember, we're doing a drawing of anyone that shared any of our shows on any social media. And you share it more than one, you get your name in more than one drawing. And this week's winner is Dan of Let's Talk Sports. So Dan, he's regularly retweeting and sharing our show. So we appreciate your support, Dan. And once again, I'll be reaching out to Dan to get his shipping information and to get him his tumbler. And speaking of Daniel, it wasn't last week, it was just Sunday. If you're listening, I'm still got to get yours in the mail. So don't worry. Okay, so this is a picture of
Harold
that's not
Varner
Tiger
the
Woods.
third. That's
No,
Harold Varner
Harold Varner. Gotcha.
from Gastonia, North Carolina. He was actually playing really well on the PGA Tour, but got an offer that they just can't pass up.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
ridiculous. Like 3-4 times the money in PGA. Is that right? Or
guaranteed money in
yeah,
3 days instead of four um, at tournaments, and not tournaments every weekend, every couple weeks here and there. So it's interesting. If you've ever watched it on television, it's covered by the CW, which is not your normal sports network, but check them out. They do a team competition too, so it's a lot different than the PGA Tour. But the one thing I noticed the most is they can wear shorts.
so, so during rain delays, did they play reruns of like Family Matters or something?
Possibly.
On the live on the CW. We need to. We're not working hard enough to get sponsors, Bailey. If that can be the deal, okay. Everybody, look at the ticker across the bottom here. We're doing something wrong. If this, we need to pick up the C Dub. We need to get we need to get the C Dub to sponsor.
Honestly, I don't think any of the other networks would touch it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
this is true. This is true. All right. Well, we appreciate everyone tuning in. It's kind of a short show this week. Bailey being on location, hopefully, is going to bring us at least a picture, if not some footage, which I know the cheer team's going to post some stuff. If you're not following them, find those folks on Instagram, and we want to wish them the best of luck. We hope everyone has a great Easter. Is there anything else going on down there in Daytona?
oh, wait a second.
Oh.
I went to Bucky's on the way down here.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you ever been?
Yes. Okay. Not a fan. Go ahead.
I don't know. You don't know where to start.
I know where to start. Just called turn around and get back in your car.
You can buy a grill, a smoker, or a bag of chips. There's a whole wall of icy machines.
Yeah. Yeah.
We didn't know where to start. It's overwhelming. You can buy pieces of artwork as you walk into the men's room on the wall.
I must say, and they have it posted. Bucky's definitely has the world's greatest restroom. They are not about some porta john. It's the opposite. It's the Taj Mahal of restrooms.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Somebody else is in the room. We are talking about the quality of restrooms at Bucky's right now, and I'm getting an agreement.
Yeah. So,
yes.
But now, other than that, I'm sorry. I stopped at the one in Florence last summer on our way home from the beach, I believe. And besides the chaos getting into place, and maybe it won't be like that all the time, but it's so big. It's literally is. And then you get in there and it's just, I don't know, barbecue right in the middle of all the convenience store stuff. And like you
Brisket.
say, clothing and
Well,
whatnot.
hey, all right. So
I put a,
I'm sorry to change the subject, but let's leave it at this. We saw a onesie that said, "I got my mind on the bunny, and the bunny on my mind."
yeah,
Easter, happy Easter, everybody.
happy Easter. I tell you what, next show I'll bring back what because I don't want to mess it up, but I put a great description of what I felt about Buc-ee's on social media when we went last summer. I have to scroll through that, and obviously now you talking about bringing up controversy. There's if there's division in this country, it's the Buc-ee's people and I'm not impressed with Buc-ee's people. So and the
I will
Buc-ee's
have a
people do not
Bucky's
like.
hat on next Wednesday.
Well, go talk to them. Maybe we'll get them sponsor us.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'll be something. And supposedly they're going to build one in Anderson or something fairly close to Clemson. So maybe maybe that'll work out. All right. Well, Bailey, we're making a list now. All these years, Bailey, we've been friends. I didn't think we disagreed on anything. That's going to make at least a third thing since we've started this podcast.
Oh yeah,
But
it's
not,
more than that actually.
not,
But
it probably is. But not a Buc-ee's fan. All right. So anyway, hey, I'm glad we had a cool. Anything in the group me about Buc-ee's?
no, but I do know that I got some inside info. The Rally Cats have to stop at Bucky's whenever their charter bus gets near one. So
Now that's something you won't hear on just any podcast.
yeah, so there were two buses that came from Clemson.
Okay.
Depending on what their class schedule was, you could get on the 2:00 bus or the 5:00 bus, or the 11:00 bus, or I don't know the times. Doesn't really matter. But you could get on either bus. Well, the first bus stopped at Bucky's. Yeah, so
And
when
set
we
the
saw the
precedent.
sign, Bucky's 142 miles, I'm thinking, we have to stop because we have to stop.
Because you have to.
We don't go to the beach by Bucky's. We came to Daytona right by Bucky's, and then there's another one like 40 miles down the road.
Yep.
So where else can you get a brisket sandwich, a drink, a bag of chips, and a fire pit? Think about it.
All at the same register. Yeah. All right. Well, we will look forward to Bailey's Buc-ee's hat, and hopefully maybe he can get us a sponsorship. And like I say, yeah, the Rally Cat insider info, we'll put that on social media, and I'm sure that'll catch some attention. So anyway, thanks again to everyone out there. Don't forget to click subscribe on your favorite podcast platform and social media platform, especially YouTube. Find at Fun Fans Podcast on YouTube. We're going to continue to bring you really cool stories of fun fans like stopping at Buc-ee's on your way to the cheer championship, posting a show. We'll not be back Sunday due to Easter. Once again, happy Easter to everyone. But we'll be back next Wednesday, and then the following weekend we'll get back on our regular schedule. And on behalf of the Fun Fans Podcast, J Thriller Entertainment, the Fanboys Fangirls Podcast Network, and Bailey Jackson.
Happy Easter, everybody. Thanks for listening.
Happy Easter. Go Tigers.